So today we are here with Abdullah Noman Batalvi. This is a young Pakistani American student, and he has accomplished a lot in his few years at this American high school. And I met him recently at Selden Mosque. I was very impressed with his background, his enthusiasm, and overall zealousness towards science and technology. Very intelligent, bright young man. So Abdullah, welcome to our show. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay. So Rosina, you have some questions for Abdullah?
Yes, Abdullah, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Abdullah, tell us about your background a little bit, where you born and when you came to USA.
I was born here, and I went back to Pakistan. I grew up in Pakistan until about third grade. Then I came back here in 2011, and I've been here since. So about 6 years now.
Oh,
Wow.
so you are an American citizen,
I'm
born
an
American citizen.
Yes.
So there is one guy who hopefully one day would be possible to become a United States president.
So tell us your initial experience in school. Were you comfortable?
It's a major transition. It is. When you come from Pakistan to America, you have completely different people. It's for the most part, it's a different language. Just even the way you speak English in America is different. So you have to kind of get used to the surroundings. But once you do, it's for the most part, especially New York, is a very welcoming environment. You start to grow as a person in terms of your social skills, in terms academically, and it changes you. You can't really compare. It's very different. Yes, the way you interact with people, especially in America, really depends on your environment, their personality, how they perceive immigrants. I mean, I met people who were amazing. They were like, welcome to America. If you have any questions, come talk to me. And there are people who don't want to talk to you because you're different. So I guess it's more about the people you're around, your environment. And you have to know just hang out with the right crowd, per se.
What subjects you like the most?
I've been looking into, initially my plan was to go into medicine, but after working in Science Olympiad, after actually getting exposure to this engineering and this problem solving format, I'm thinking about going into applied physics and mathematics and then pursuing an engineering career.
So applied physics and mathematics and then move into engineering. So you mentioned something about the Olympiad. So tell us a little bit of a background of this Olympiad and this competition, how you got involved and what you accomplished there.
Science Olympiad is, in my opinion, the best extracurricular activity that you can have. It's a tournament where you have 23 different events, ranging from biology to technology, where they give you a set of challenges, and you have to meet them and create a machine that can achieve all of those things. And there's invitational level, there's this regional, state, and national level. And they've implemented this in Japan too. So the way it works,
Japan also?
In Japan also. So the national tournament comprises of the top team from Japan, as well as top teams from every state in the United States.
Okay.
So you have your state tournament if you're number 1 or 2 in New York, and depends on the size of the state.
So who sponsors this competition?
It's a non-profit organization. It's been happening for about 20 something years now, and there's a lot of government funding. The team that won first place at nationals a few years back was invited by President Barack Obama to the White House.
Oh, okay.
And so a lot of government funding. There's a lot of companies, DuPont, and others that fund this. Lockheed Martin, the Center for Disease Control.
Okay, great. So what was your project? What did you pick and why did you pick it and what happened in this competition?
I picked several projects. The one I did really well in was roller coaster. Basically, you have this projectile that you have to release, and it has to get to it has to start by removing a pencil, and has to end at a target time that you don't know before the tournament. So you get to the national tournament, they say the target time is 43 seconds, and you begin your run, and you have to be able to change the machine within those 8 minutes that they give you to actually stop the ball in 43 seconds. So you have to have a calibration mechanism.
So the way the rules are written is that if you can get a vehicle to just jump through the air, you're going to get a lot more points. And then the other thing that a lot of people are doing for points is that vehicles that start lower to the ground also get points. So there's a trade-off, okay? Do I want to start high to get a lot of potential energy to be able to jump really far, or do I want to start low, get those bonus points?
My roller coaster this entire time is on the bottom of a coach bus for 18 hours.
Oh,
We
wow.
get there into the hotel room, and the only time we can get is 43 seconds. That's all that's happening. It's not changing. So we get the jump right. We set up for however many seconds. We get to the tournament, and we're told that the target time is 43 seconds. So we
Okay.
launch the projectile. It's working. Well, the first thing that happens is we launch the projectile. We get two chances. It commits the jump. It hits the thing and it flies away. Like, it doesn't make the jump completely. So we've
Okay.
lost our first chance.
Oh, okay.
After some debate, we got points for just the jump part. We talked to the chair of the physics committee for the nation. Now we're going for a second try. We go in. The target time is 43 seconds. All we can get is 43 seconds. And the ball, halfway through the thing, just decides to stop
Oh,
for the
wow.
first time. This has never happened before.
Oh my
So
God.
the ball stops at 22 seconds.
Okay.
We have like the best luck in the world, and end up ranking third in the nation because of
The
friction.
ball just
or
somehow
the ball
because
stopped.
of friction. You
Ball.
end up getting your third position
Third
in
in
this
the nation.
competition.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, what
out
a
of
challenge,
out
huh?
of a completely unexpected situation, you end up becoming a third. So
Future scientists and engineers, the winners of the first trial event tonight, the roller coaster, we have in third place from the state of New York, Paul J. Jelinas, Junior High School.
Abdullah, what are your plans for future education?
Originally, I was looking into medicine. After getting involved in Science Olympiad with actual exposure to engineering and technology and doing these things hand-on, I think I'm leaning towards more of a engineering-based career. I'm looking into programs of applied physics and mathematics.
what is your message for our Pakistani American youth, especially young high school boys and girls? What is your message, and how can they actually reach you and talk to you and learn a little bit about all these things?
One thing that I noticed after coming here is that things will happen, but you have to keep moving forward. Well, every case you will do poorly
You mean
academically.
discrimination?
Racism, possible. I mean, people will ask you if you're part of ISIS. You just have to say no. For example,
Yeah,
at
no.
the
No.
at the national tournament, our hovercraft exploded. Like,
Oh,
they turned
wow.
off the smoke alarms. So stuff will happen. You just have to kind of keep moving forward. Like, I think Michael Jordan said something really nice about this. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Right.
So like you're giving opportunity here. You're an immigrant. You have to take them and move forward. You have to connect with the right people. Because I never could have gotten anywhere without the help of my science teacher. I think Mr. Gary Warwald. Because you have to like meet the right people to do this. Like, if you do Science Olympiad, email me. We'll get together. We'll do it. I
Okay,
love
so
this thing.
Abdullah is offering his support and help for any
Right.
student out there who wants to be part of the Olympiad. We're gonna give you his email address. Reach out to him, talk to him, and get some points from him, and perhaps he can help you, win the competition.
So at the national tournament, you have your company sponsoring certain events. So you have Lockheed Martin giving thousands of dollars. You have DuPont giving thousands of dollars for the more biology events. So you have the Center for Disease Control. But you also get a $2,000 scholarship for getting a first place medal to the university that you're competing at. So it's been the University of Wisconsin Stout, the University of Dayton, it's been Wright State University in Dayton, Ohio. Now, this has usually been state universities, but in 2020, the tournament is being conducted at Cornell University.
Oh wow!
So if you win first place at the Cornell University National Tournament, you're getting a $2,000 scholarship to an Ivy League institution.
Wow, that is big.
Things
yes.
it's major.
Okay, so
I was always given the freedom to explore, to do things. My father ran a paint factory, so I had access to, I would go with him. There were all these machines. There were people mixing chemicals. My grandfather works with the Brookhaven
Wow.
National Labs, and aside from just that, he's a very technical person. So you have this environment around you. It's stimulating. It pushes you toward a certain direction. I've never heard that I cannot do something.
So I wanted to ask Noman Bhai, who's Abdullah's father. what he wants to say about Abdullah and his accomplishments.
Thank you very much, Ishtiaq bhai. Abdullah, mashallah, he's very brilliant son, and mashallah, my all of kids are really brilliant, but he worked too hard, and once he decided to do that, so he just, you can say like in Urdu ke wo jut jata hai. He never give up anything. Once he said, okay, I have to do that, so he have to do that. Like we obviously help him, but he actually push us to help his projects and all his events.
So Abdullah, since he's a child, he's a very, very curious child, always asking tons and tons of questions that we used to tell him to stop. That's it. That's enough. We're not answering any more questions. So I think that curiosity kind of led him to this success. He, like Naman said, he's very ambitious. He never gives up. One quality that I always tell the other two is once he starts something, he wants to take it to the finish line. No matter how hard it is, no matter how much he hates it, he wants to finish it. I'm not that scientific or technical, but I am always there for moral support. I never want him to give up, never want him to lose his hope. Always try to guide him how to take it to the next level, how to deal with different personalities. Obviously, we're in a different country. We are dealing with a lot of different people. So not to get discouraged by anyone's action around him. I think that's very, very important. As a parent, I think it's very important to give it to kids.
I always supporting them. I always encourage my children as well as my grandchildren.
So now I'm going to request Abdullah's grandmother if she wants to say a few things about Abdullah.
मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि अब्दुल्ला इतना टैलेंटेड लड़का है और मेरे बेटी के ऊपर और दामाद के ऊपर भी इतना प्राउड है कि दे आर वेरी लकी और बहुत अच्छा बच्चा है। इंशाल्लाह उसके लाइफ में बहुत कामयाबियाँ आएंगे।
बात मानता है आपकी?
बहुत अच्छा लड़का है और मैं कितना भी तारीफ़ करी तो बहुत ही कम है उसके लिए।
Very good. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to go and ask Abdullah's brother and sisters a couple of questions. So Abdullah's younger brother, Abu Bakr, he's a third grade student. Let's see what he wants to tell us about his big brother.
Tell something about Bhaiya.
Is he a good brother? Is he a good big brother? He helps you with your homework and stuff?
Not really.
Not really. So you do all your own homework yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you guys go out and play? Is he a good, player?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Okay, very good.
I'm Maliha. I go to Jolinas Junior High School. I'm in 8th grade. I am also interested in arts and sciences. I was part of the musical and the play last year, and this year I'm also doing Science Olympiad, and I may or may not do the musical. My brother actually already helped me build my battery buggy for Science Olympiad. It's basically you have to build a car which is light enough but also strong enough to go on its own from one point A to point B in a certain amount of time. It's like hovercraft.
Okay.
I'm also doing some other projects like my brother. I'm also doing hovercraft, roller coaster. I'm doing some study events like rocks and minerals, crime busters. Yeah. I'm also part of youth group, Muslim girls youth group in our mosque in Selden, where we held a bake sale today where we raised money for the Muslims in Burma, for people who don't have homes, and schools for girls in Burma, basically.
Oh, very good. That's really, really highly appreciated. Okay,
Yes.
very good. Very impressive. And we are happy to talk to this young Pakistani American
for having me.
student. Wish you all the best. And we're going to check on your progress and see how you're doing. There seems to be a very bright future for you with the right mix of encouragement, support, appreciation. I think you have ways to go. All right. So
Yeah,
thank
wish
you
you good
for
luck.
thank you for being on our podcast. We really appreciate
Thank
your
you for
time
having me,
and
yes.
especially your parents and your family that devoted this time for us, and we are highly appreciative of it. All right.